Selena never imagined her quiet family would be torn apart by video games. To her, games were just fun. But to her brother Oscar, they became an escape, an obsession, and almost the end of their family. It all began the night their parents discovered money missing. Their father was furious. Their mother looked pale, clutching the bank slip with trembling hands. Thousands of dollars were gone. When they traced the spending, the truth shattered them. The money had been used for video game purchases. "Are you out of your mind?" their father shouted. "Do you know how many years it took us to save that?" Their mother wept quietly. Selena stood frozen, staring at her brother. She loved Oscar, but anger filled her chest. How could he destroy us like this? Oscar didn't fight back. He sat in silence, his hands shaking, his eyes glued to the floor. The more they shouted, the quieter he became. From that day, everything changed. Their parents stopped trusting him. He wasn't allowed near money. He barely spoke at dinner. Selena avoided him too. But something felt strange. The more Oscar was punished, the more he shut down. He skipped meals, stayed awake all night, and avoided eye contact. Days turned into weeks. The house grew tense. Their father muttered bitterly at every chance, while their mother cried at night, asking, "Why would our son betray us?" Selena pretended she agreed with them, but deep inside, she felt uneasy. Was Oscar truly selfish? Or was there something none of them understood? One evening, she walked past his room. Through the crack in the door, she saw him playing. His face looked angry, but also broken. She thought she heard voices through his headphones. At first, laughter. Then, harsh words. Loser. Trash. Worthless. Her stomach turned. Confused, she pulled back. Why would Oscar endure insults in a game? Unless that world meant more to him than reality itself. At school, Selena kept her distance, yet one afternoon she caught sight of Oscar being cornered by classmates. They mocked his old shoes, snatched his notebook, and laughed as he stood frozen. That night, the anger in her heart wavered. She began to wonder, what if he wasn't just wasting money? What if he was escaping something worse? Still, she couldn't bring herself to ask him. Every time she tried, she saw the walls in his eyes, the fear of speaking. Finally, one late night, she gathered courage. She stepped into his room quietly. Oscar was awake, tears streaking his face as he stared at the glowing screen. Her voice was soft. "Oscar." He froze. Slowly, he turned toward her, his eyes red and exhausted. Then the truth spilled out. His voice shook. "At school, they laugh at me. At home, I'm always a mistake. But in games, I'm strong. I matter there." Selena's heart cracked. The money wasn't about greed. It was his desperate cry for respect, for belonging, for love. She held his trembling hand. "Oscar, you matter here too. You don't need to buy respect. You already have mine." The next morning, she begged her parents to listen. Not to yell, not to punish, but to truly hear him. At first, they resisted. But when Oscar finally broke down in front of them, sobbing out years of bottled pain, something shifted. Their mother hugged him tightly. Their father, for once, didn't shout. He simply whispered, "I didn't know." It wasn't easy. Healing never is. But with counseling, patience, and love, Oscar began to change. The gaming slowed. The eating returned. Little by little, so did his smile. Selena never forgot the night she almost hated her brother forever. Instead, she discovered his pain and became his voice. Addiction is often a cry for help, not greed. Behind every mistake, there's a hidden story. Families must listen with love before they judge. Selena also realized, my brother didn't need punishment. He needed to be heard. And when we finally listened, we got our Oscar back. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more stories of hope and lessons to life.